What's going on, everybody? John Ramdeen, Robin Black here at Circus in Las Vegas. We are at Vince Neil's Tatuado. We're actually in Vince Neil's private booth, trying to recover a couple of drinks in, trying to allow UFC 209 to marinate. The main event, another bizarre one. We were at the in the belly of the T-Mobile Arena, and all the broadcast partners and all the members of the media trying to make sense after 25 minutes who would win this fight. You felt it was clear that Stephen Thompson won this fight.
I did not think it was clear, but I felt he had won the fight. I thought realistically he won rounds 1, 2, and 4 pretty cleanly. People said, oh, round 1 was a draw. Stephen,
I was one of those guys.
Stephen touched him up in round 1, and Tyron didn't touch Stephen in round 1. If I hit you somewhat in the arms and hit your body, and you didn't touch me, I won the round. But we're going to argue over these rounds. We're going to have debates with people with varying amounts of study or knowledge of the thing. And some people are going to say 10-10 here, and 10-9 there, and 10-8 there. And ultimately, these types of battles are about subtlety and about sensitivity and about the manipulation of each other. And I love fights like this, I do. I'm cool with a, what is it, what do they call it in football or soccer, as they call it?
You're asking me that?
Yeah, exactly. Excuse me, does anybody know a 0-0, nil, thanks, Way, 0-0 soccer game between, Italy and England? To me, it doesn't have to be defined. The game itself, the contest itself is what's beautiful. And so I'm not bothered by it. Tyron Woodley is the champion of the world. That is what the people entrusted with the responsibility of making the decision said. So he's the champion of the world. Cut the guy some slack.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And when I look at it, everybody believed, based on the stuff I read, the people I've talked to that are martial artists and fight enthusiasts and analysts, they all felt that Stephen Thompson, after dealing with Tyron Woodley for 25 minutes, now has the right formula. He can make those proper adjustments. Those are the same people that felt that it should have been Wonderboy winning the first time, and to see Tyron Woodley be able to deal with Wonderboy and make his own adjustments and use his speed and still incorporate things where he's getting Wonderboy frozen during times. It was a remarkable display of patience, and you felt how dangerous both the scenario was for both guys. And I felt, sure, sometimes we need a brawl, but in a situation like this, when you're dealing with two of the best fighters in the world, sometimes tactical battle isn't always going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful in the sense of bloody and slugging.
Sure, and in the end, we're going to have this conversation, and the people who find this interesting are going to be fascinated by what they saw, and the others are going to be outraged that it was terrible, and how could we possibly say that? And in the end, that is much like so many things, this fight is a reflection of our society. You have two sides of people disagreeing with things so wholeheartedly. And that's where we live today. And it's maybe fitting that this went the way that it went. And for me, as somebody who just accepts what I find, I felt that Stephen Thompson had won 3 rounds, Woodley 2, with the fifth round potentially being a 10-8, which would have been another draw. On some level, maybe that would have been justice for everybody, because they would have done it again. And if I'm Woodley, I'd have done it again. Yeah. Because Woodley's this is the champion of the world. Earned, deserved, and 100%. Defended. And yet he's gonna have to deal with the dumbest people in the world trying to undermine him and his title. And that is just lame.
Well, one thing we know about Tyron Woodley, so mentally strong. He said he's going on vacation with his family. He's already got other things in the works, shooting a movie, just trying to enjoy life. I think his peers and people in the know understand what type of individual, what type of fighter they're dealing with Tyron Woodley. Another chapter closes for Tyron Woodley. We're going to see over the coming months what's going to happen with the UFC's 170-pound championship, but an incredible performance by both guys at UFC 209.